Civic apathy claims 4 lives in 3 days. Citizens across Maharashtra, Delhi and Bengaluru grapple with fallen trees and pothole roads. Maharashtra registers maximum number of H1N1 deaths this year. State Health Department confirms 340 deaths reported between January and July. Telugu actor P. Navdeep appears before the special investigation team probing the Hyderabad drug racket. Pubs in posh localities also under the scanner. CBI court awards death sentence to Surendra Kohli and MS Pandey, the two convicts in the Nathari serial killings case. Road rage claims the life of a 28-year-old in Delhi. The biker was stabbed multiple times by a group of youth for brushing past a scooty. High Court wraps Manjula Shetty road. High Court wraps Mumbai police for botching up investigations into the death of Baikula jail inmate Manjula Shetty. Two prisoners escaped from Kalyan's Andharwadi jail using CCTV cables. Dramatic escape caught on tape. Look who is polluting the lakes of Chennai. Jet Airways crew seen dumping garbage in Pallavaram Lake under fire. Jet officials suspend the airing vendor. Kerala High Court on Monday dismisses the bail plea of Malayalam actor Dileep, accused of masterminding the abduction and rape of an actress. Hello and welcome. You're watching the news with me, Shivangi Shukla. The latest coming in the mega drug racket busted in Hyderabad. Based on evidences available to the department, the special investigating team has suspended the license of F Club on Jubilee Hills with immediate effect. 14 other pubs in Hyderabad have been issued a warning regarding the prevalent drug abuse in the city.
Director Puri Jagannath was one of the first celebrities to present himself in front of the special investigation team. It was followed by cinematographer Shyam K. Naidu, followed by actor Subbaraju and then actor Tarun. And today, Navdeep is the fifth celebrity to actually present himself after he was sent out a notice by the special investigation team of the Excise and Enforcement Department. In fact, in the days leading up to August 2nd, several celebrities more will be summoned, will be presenting themselves in front of the SIT for interrogation. In fact, investigation is presently underway. They are being given questionnaires with questions, around 50 to 100 questions in it. 3-level probe being carried out by the special investigation team officials. All this because they're in the call records of Calvin Mascarenhas, who is believed to be the kingpin in the drug racket busted in Hyderabad. The numbers, the phone numbers of these celebrities were actually present, and this is why this interrogation is presently underway. In fact, SIT also confirming to us that actor Mumaid Khan, who is presently in Bigg Boss Telugu, will be participating in the interrogation process. In fact, she will have to come to Hyderabad. She's presently in Lonavala. She will have to be present on the date that has been given to her. We are also hearing that 14 pubs and bar managers were called for a meeting by the SIT, and they have been given strict warning regarding drug abuse in their premises. F Club, which is one of the pub, their license has been suspended temporarily because they have substantial evidence against the pub, is what SIT officials are claiming. Similarly, in many ways, investigation is underway. They're taking all steps to ensure that Hyderabad can be made a drug-free city. For now, with the investigation, what remains to be seen is, will it lead to any further leads in the drug abuse racket that was busted? Will we know about more links, more actresses or actors who are involved in it? That remains to be seen, and we will know as the investigation process goes on in Hyderabad. Reporting from Hyderabad, this is video journalist Kiran Komma, Parliament for Mirror Now.
In a similar case, Bengaluru police busted a drug racket in the Venkatappa layout on the outskirts of the city. Police received a tip-off and tried to corner as many as 7 drug peddlers, but Constable Sabha Reddy was stabbed during the roundup.
I'm right now standing at the crime spot where the drug racket was busted here at Ullal Uppanagara, that is here Venkatappa layout. In fact, as you can see, this particular place where the crime scene has been recorded at this particular point where the drug peddlers had in fact stabbed one particular constable named Sabha Reddy. He's right now taking treatment at a private hospital. In fact, we clearly understand that investigative officers had formed a team in fact to bust this particular drug racket. During the course of investigation, they have recovered 1 kg ganja from these drug peddlers. So far, we understand 2 drug peddlers have been arrested within Byadrahalli police station limits, and about 4 drug peddlers have been taken into custody who were operating from Taverekere police station limits. Now, what we understand is that in total, there are 30 drug peddlers operating in this very stretch of this particular road, that is Venkatappa layout. As you can see, all the houses over here have been locked. In fact, what we are hearing from the investigating officers is that they have locked the doors, the houses of this particular place, and they have already absconded. Out of the 13, about 6 have been taken into custody at this point in time, and the rest of the 7 are absconding. Police have already launched a manhunt, in fact looking for the absconders. We also understand that the main kingpin of this particular operation have been named as identified as Karthik and Ahmed. In fact, they were operating from this very area. They used to supply the drug especially to college students from the surrounding areas, Peenya, Dasrahalli. Now these were some of the areas that they were targeting, especially college students, is what we hear from the investigative officers. And also, it is nothing new that these people have been summoned at the police station or been arrested. In fact, Karthik and Ahmed previously already have 4 murder cases against them, registered against them, and we also understand that they are wanted in at least more than 14 to 15 police stations. Now, having said that, they have already launched a manhunt for both of these kingpins. They might be operating from elsewhere, is what the police officers are saying. In Bengaluru, Shrija for Mirror Now.
Moving on, 2 under trials at the Adharwari jail in Mumbai's Kalyan made a daring escape by scaling the walls of the prison using CCTV cables on the prison wall. The escape came to light around 6:45 a.m. when guards found the under trials missing from their barracks. A CCTV unit installed inside the prison captured the duo's escape, and officials are analyzing its footage to gather leads.
उन्होंने वो सीसीटीवी का केबल जो आता है वो तोड़ के उसको यूज करके दीवार के उस तरफ फेंक के कुछ ऐसे अटका के वो दीवार प्लान करके उधर ऐसे भाग गए.
Over the last few weeks, Mirror Now has been questioning the security in our prisons. Only this month, a prison inmate was murdered in jail, and we accessed exclusive visuals of inmates writing at Baikula jail. Now we have shocking visuals of 2 prisoners escaping from Adharwari jail. Instances that expose just how lax security is in our prisons. Moving on, figures from the State Health Department reveal that 340 deaths due to swine flu have been reported in Maharashtra. These deaths were reported from January to July 22nd this year. Nasik has reported the maximum number of deaths in the state. And if you have any of the symptoms of swine flu, such as high fever, barking cough, nasal secretions, fatigue, headache, body ache or lack of appetite, do not self-medicate. Go see a doctor immediately for a diagnosis.
40 swine flu deaths and more than 3,000 H1N1 positive cases have been reported across Maharashtra from January 2017 to July 22nd this year, and these are the alarming and exclusive numbers that we have received from the State Health Department. And as per the recent data, what it says is that Nashik tops the list, followed by Pune and Nagpur, where these disease and viruses are common in these three major cities. And when we spoke to doctors, one of the major reasons what they tell us is that these diseases and viruses, they are prone to high-risk profile like the pregnant women, younger generation and senior citizens, because the immune level is very low, and even because of climatic change and conditions, there's a high possibility. And lastly, doctors also tell us is that there are no basic facilities in private hospitals. If you talk about treating swine flu patients, firstly, there are no testing kits available. Secondly, a separate isolation cell is not set up where a swine flu patient can be treated, and medicines are available only in BMC run hospitals. So if all of these things are implemented by the government, then the swine flu deaths, the toll could dramatically and could drastically reduce. And when we spoke to the State Health Minister Deepak Sawant on this, exclusively what he told us is that the government is very concerned, and all the precautions and measures like setting up a separate isolation cell, creating awareness levels so that patients can come in at an early stage within 48 hours so that the disease can be detected. All of these measures will be implemented very soon. This is Isha Shah for Mirror Now.
4 cities, 4 instances of civic apathy, 3 of which claim lives. Deaths that could have been easily avoided had the civic bodies done their jobs. On Sunday, 35-year-old Jagruti, along with 2 other women riders, was on her way to Jawhar Thane, where her bike hit a pothole. Jagruti fell down on the road and got run over by a truck and was declared dead after she was taken to the hospital. Earlier in Mumbai, former Doordarshan anchor succumbed to her injuries on Saturday after a tree fell on her. In Bengaluru, an empty school bus was crushed after a tree fell on it, while in Delhi, 55-year-old man died after falling into an open sewer. A pothole claimed life of a 35-year-old woman biker, Jagruti Hogale, on Sunday. Jagruti, along with 2 other women riders, was on her way to Jawhar, where her bike hit a pothole. Jagruti fell down on the road and got run over by a truck and was declared dead after she was taken to the hospital.
जवाहरला जात असताना वेती गावच्या हद्दीत ब्रिजवर समोर जाणाऱ्या ट्रकला ती ओव्हरटेक करीत असताना बाजू समोर तिचा खड्डा असल्यामुळे तिची बुलेट मोटारसायकल खड्ड्यात गेल्यामुळे तिचा तोल जाऊन ती रोडवर पडल्यामुळे बाजू जाणाऱ्या ट्रकचे पाठीमागील टायर खाली ती पडल्यामुळे ती टायर तिच्या डोकीवरून गेल्यामुळे डोकीचा चेंदामेंदा होऊन ती मयत झालेली आहे. पाणी असल्यामुळे त्या बाईला ती खड्डा दिसलेला नाही. पानी असल्यामुळे त्या पाण्यामध्ये तिची मोटरसाइकिल गेली, त्या पाण्यामध्ये खड्डा होता.
सुबह का टाइम था, हमने ये देखा कि एक ट्रक को 3 बाइक ओवरटेक कर रही है. अचानक आगे वाली बाइक जो है खड्डे में गिरने की वजह से उनका अनबैलेंस हुआ और वो डायरेक्ट ट्रक के पीछे वाले चक्के में बाइक जो गई है वो जगह पे ही मृत्यु हो गई है. और बार बार हमने ये रास्ते के बारे में ऊपर तक मतलब जानकारी दिया, जैसे कि PWD है, चाहे गांव के हमारे माननीय सरपंच साहब बाजू में ही खड़े हैं, उन्होंने भी 2-3 बार पत्र वही किया है, बट सामने से कोई रिप्लाई आया नहीं. तो ये घटना होने के बाद में हमने एक खड्डा भरा है, लेकिन सामने वाले को कोई फर्क पड़ा नहीं.
वो लोग एवरी संडे राइड पे जाते हैं, पाइकरनी नाम का ग्रुप है उसका. कल मॉर्निंग 5:30-6 बजे के दरमियान वो लोग गए थे जवाहर की तरफ. 9-9:30 के दरमियान मुझे फ़ोन आया कि एक्सीडेंट हुआ है. पता नहीं था एग्जैक्टली क्या है, पर वहाँ पर जाने के बाद पता चला कि एक ट्रक को ओवरटेक करते समय अचानक में पानी की वजह से एक बड़ा खड्डा दिखाई नहीं दिया, जिसकी वजह से कंट्रोल चला गया.
तो गवर्नमेंट भी ध्यान नहीं देती रास्ते के ऊपर, रास्ते में इतने खड्डे हैं कि एक्चुअली बरसात के वक्त पानी भर जाता है तो दिखता नहीं है खड्डे। मैं भी खुद बाइक चलाता हूँ, मेरे भी खुद प्रॉब्लम एक्सीडेंट्स हुए, बिल्कुल ध्यान नहीं मतलब। और बाइक चलाते वक्त जितना प्रिकॉशन मेरी भाभी लेती थी उतना कोई नहीं लेता।
This is not the first accident we've had of a biker friend because of a pothole or a bad road. This has been one of many, and something so bad happening because of a bad road has really hit us hard. If the roads were good, if the conditions were good, I'm sure the case would have been different today. This is something that angers me, but at the same time saddens me a lot. That if we had good infrastructure and everything, this wouldn't have happened. But she has a younger son who was also into trekking with her, who would go for treks with her. He would accompany her on rides as well. And her husband was also very supportive of her biking. So I'm sure it must have hit them really hard.
Yeah. As a biker yourself, somewhere does it scare you, these kind of, instances when they come forth? And because of the reasons, just because of a pothole where someone ends up losing their life?
Of course, it does not scare me as such, but it makes me aware of the dangers of the road and within our city as well, and how, because things are not being done for us, we need to do it for ourselves. We need to make people aware of these dangers and get going to make sure that the government makes improvements.
On Saturday, a DD anchor was crushed to death by a falling coconut tree. Residents of Chembur had complained about this tree to the BMC and paid a deposit for the tree to be cut. Already under criticism for potholes, the BMC is now under fire for this mishap. But the Shiv Sena Youth Wing Chief Aditya Thackeray has resorted to the same rhetoric when asked questions. Hear him out as we question him on the civic issues which plague the city of Mumbai.
It's something so serious.
Of course, but we are working on it. We are working on it, and you've seen our work.
Not even initiated an action, Aditya.
Of course, but there will be a time of action. Right now, we are working on it.
Since that incident took place.
Of course, but there is action. There will be action about potholes. We are working on it, and there is action on that.
What kind of action, if you can justify it? So what is the action that you're justifying? You don't even justify what Sena has done when it comes to RJ Malishka.
In a similar incident, a 55-year-old man died when he fell into an uncovered sewer in the Mayur Vihar area of East Delhi. Residents claim that they had complained to civic authorities to cover the sewer, but no one took any action. ICNUR has more details.
A 55-year-old man came for his evening walk like every day. Little did he know that the killer civic apathy is something that will cost him his life. He walked out of this very park in Mayur Vihar Phase 3 and he fell into this open sewer right outside the gate of this park. This sewer has been lying open for several days, in fact almost nearing a month. The civic authorities have not done anything about it despite complaints not only from the RWA but also from residents of this area. But this is not the only sewer that is left open in this particular locality. Right outside this park, there is an entire footpath that has been made, which is actually a covering to the sewer. But at distances of nearly 10 meters, one right over there as well, clearly shows that these sewers are not covered. In fact, risking the life of several people as well. But this man, this 55-year-old man, lost his life today. How many more lives are we going to lose till the civic authorities wake up to reality? The fact that these open sewers are actually endangering several lives and the civic authorities are doing nothing about it.
वो रिक्शे में डाल के हॉस्पिटल ले गया, मलिक हॉस्पिटल, वहाँ पे जिसमें कि कोई उपचार नहीं किया गया किसी प्रकार का भी, उनको और बल्कि बाहर ऐसे लिटा दिया। यहाँ के जो रेजिडेंस वेलफेयर वाले हैं जो यहाँ पार्क में घूमने वगैरह के लिए आते हैं, उन्होंने भी काफ़ी इनकी कंप्लेंट की है। इंजीनियर से जो है यहाँ के जो उनको भी दिखाया कि भाई ये देखो कई दफ़ा यहाँ पे बच्चे भी गिर गए, उसके बाद भी कोई मतलब कार्रवाई नहीं करी। मतलब लापरवाही इतनी है कि मतलब देखने ही नहीं आया कि ढक्कन, और जबकि पार्क का मेन गेट है ये।
कोई मलिक नर्सिंग होम से कोई भी नहीं आया, वहाँ उन्हें बाहर और नीचे लेटा के रखा, उन्होंने किसी ने भी कोई कार्रवाई नहीं की वहाँ पे।
कोई भी अथॉरिटीज अभी तक यहाँ पे नहीं आई है। इस सिलसिले में कोई भी अथॉरिटी ने अभी तक इनिशिएटिव नहीं लिया है। कल हम लोग काफ़ी प्रयास किया। मैं 3 दिन से पहले PWD डिपार्टमेंट को मैंने खुद बोला है कि यहाँ पे नाले खुले पड़े हैं जिसकी वजह से कोई इंसिडेंट हो सकता है, उसके बावजूद भी उन्होंने कोई एक्शन नहीं लिया।
मैडम यहाँ पर 10-10 मीटर की दूरी पर हैं, उसके बाद में ये सारी पूरी तरीके से PWD की लापरवाही है।
A tree fell on a school bus early this morning in Basavanagudi in Bengaluru. Fortunately, no kids were on board and the driver too was not inside the bus. 3 pedestrians who were walking had a near miss.
On Monday morning, we saw a tree coming crashing down onto a school bus, but thankfully there were no children on board. Now, we understand from the urban experts that blame is completely on the Bengaluru Bruhat Mahanagara Palke. Why? There is clear no management as far as trees in the city are concerned. There is no tree doctor service here in a cosmopolitan city and also a city known as the Garden City in Bengaluru is concerned. Also, we understand there is no tree census. There is nobody to record as far as how many trees are there in the city. Now, who is to be blamed? Well, the urban experts are clearly saying the development here in Bengaluru is to be blamed. Reason being the asphalting of the roads, clearly now digging or laying of a sewage lines. Now, these are one of the main reasons why it weakens the roots of the trees and in fact happens to fall onto the road. Now, one of these reasons in the morning, what happened was, again, we clearly understand it was only because the tree was really weak and old. Now, we clearly understand from the BBMP that they clearly have not done anything. Now, monsoons are fast approaching. If you remember, just a couple of weeks ago, we saw more than 30 trees uprooted. Now, this was because of the heavy downpour here in Bengaluru. Now, what is going to happen? Now, speaking to some of the urban experts, we clearly understand from them that Bengaluru is clearly waiting for a disaster to happen because clearly BBMP have not done their job. In Bengaluru, Shrija for Mirror Now.
4 lives snuffed out in the last 48 hours. They have your vote. They collect taxes from the honest taxpayers, but they have failed to do the job they were elected for, and citizens paid the ultimate price. On the Urban Debate with Faye D'Souza tonight at 8 p.m, we make authorities across India accountable. Do tune in. Final year results of Mumbai University have been delayed. Mirror Now's investigations revealed that as many as 6 lakh answer sheets are yet to be assessed. Shiv Sena Yuva Chief Aditya Thackeray met the governor to discuss the issues and demanded the resignation of the Education Minister and current Vice Chancellor of the university. But the bigger problem is that despite the university's assurances, it seems very unlikely that the assessment will be completed in time and results will be declared in August. Here's what the university had to tell us.
Yes, I do agree that there may be some glitches, or senior teachers, oldies like me, find it sometimes difficult to really assess on the screen. But it's a matter of practice. It's a matter of training your reflexes, whereby it becomes one time very comfortable. The target is set for 31st of July. We have hardly about 10 days left. We have to assess about 10 lakh scripts plus moderation.
And joining me live on that story is Shahryar Irani, who's been tracking this story. Shahryar, the Mumbai results, university results are delayed by a month almost now. Students are waiting for their results. Many of them have to apply to foreign universities, but they are not being able to. What is the latest that you're picking up so far?
Yes, Shivangi. So till now, the latest update is that about 6 lakh answer sheets are still to be assessed. Now the problem here is that on an average day, Mumbai University officials and the examiners who are responsible for correcting these answer sheets correct about 50,000 copies a day. That would not add up to the 6 lakh copies that are needed, and for the self-assessed deadline of 31st. Also, there are several other problems in the sense where would the answer sheets that have problems with. So the online marking system that has come about, the on-screen assessment that has come about, that is a new process, has many problems where the answer sheets that were corrected have gone to wrong names and have gone to wrong departments. So the examiners are finding it difficult to assess and give a proper score to one candidate who has applied from a particular screen because of the cross-reference of answer sheets.
Right, Shariat. Thank you for joining us with all those details. That's all we have on this bulletin. Keep watching Mirror Now for more news and updates.